All right, we're going to break into that tape piece from Carrie Lee to take you to Paris, France. The presumptive Democratic nominee, Barack Obama, having just met with this man, French President Nicolas Sarkozy. They're having a joint news conference. Let's listen in for a bit.
And I'd like to say to journalists that we spoke with Barack Obama with many things about Iran, the Middle East. And I would like to say that there is a great convergence of opinions. It was fascinating, and Bernard Kouchner also took part. A lot of convergence of opinion and great impatience that the American democracy chooses its next president, and that we take a lot of common initiative between the US and Europe on climate change, on the reform of global institutions, peace in the world, the moralizing behind capitalism. There we are, Mr. Senator.
Well, first of all,
it is for you to speak now.
President Sarkozy for hosting me and welcoming me to Paris. I can't imagine somebody who better captures the enthusiasm and the energy of France than your president. And I also want to thank Foreign Minister Kouchner. We had a very productive discussion on a range of challenges and opportunities that France and the United States both share. And I also want to say that I recall our meeting the first time. I don't know whether people are aware that when President Sarkozy went to Washington, he wasn't yet elected as president. He met with only 2 United States senators. That was me and John McCain. So I would suggest that for the reporters in the room, if you want to know something about elections, you should talk to the President of France. He seems to have a good nose for how things play out. I obviously am very appreciative of President Sarkozy's long-standing commitment to strengthen the bilateral relationship between France and the United States and to enhance transatlantic relations as a whole. He has been a great leader on this, and the American people greatly appreciate President Sarkozy's approach to the relationship between our 2 countries. When he came as president now to speak, he was treated like a rock star. Everybody loved him. And I think it was after that that everybody decided to call French fries again in the cafeteria. But I share his view that the United States and Europe can and will accomplish far more when we join in common cause. And today we reviewed some of the key goals that the United States and France can work together towards. First, we discussed some of the common security challenges that we face, including peace between the Israelis and the Palestinians, which is obviously so important to all of us. We discussed Iraq, and I gave my impressions about the improved situation there. We discussed Afghanistan, which is absolutely critical, and I thanked President Sarkozy and the people of France for the extraordinary commitment. While I was in Afghanistan, the NATO commanders, the U.S. commanders on the ground all expressed great admiration and appreciation for the wonderful work that the French troops are doing in Afghanistan. And we talked about Iran, which we agree is an extraordinarily grave situation. President Sarkozy and I agree that the world must send a clear message to Iran to end its illicit nuclear program. A nuclear-armed Iran would pose a grave threat to both our nations. It would endanger Israel and the rest of the region and could embolden terrorists and spark a dangerous arms race in the Middle East. So I applaud France's current role in the EU 3+3 efforts to use strong diplomacy to end this threat. It's important as we move forward for the United States and our European allies to remain full partners in this effort. And that's why I'm glad that the United States assigned Bill Burns, who's an outstanding diplomat, to participate in the current talks that are taking place. And my expectation is that we're going to present a clear choice to Iran. Change your behavior and you will be fully integrated into the international community with all the benefits that go with that. Continue your illicit nuclear program, and the international community as a whole will ratchet up pressure with stronger and increased sanctions. And we should have no illusion that progress will come easily, but we should, I do want to make this point. Iran should accept the proposals that President Sarkozy and the EU 3+3 are presenting now. Don't wait for the next president, because the pressure, I think, is only going to build. Now, this is part of the broader security agenda that we both care about. So we talked about Afghanistan, and again, I think President Sarkozy's step to greater integration with NATO is going to enhance NATO's ability to combat 21st century challenges ranging from counterterrorism to peacekeeping, and I applauded him for that. I think the United States should welcome a powerful defense in Europe. And I think the leadership that President Sarkozy is showing on this is important. We also talked about Darfur and the need for the United States to join with the Europeans to prevent the continuing spread of instability and despair that affects not only Sudan, but also the broader region. So the last point I want to make, and then we can open it up for questions, is President Sarkozy emphasized that in his upcoming role as President of the EU, one of the biggest priorities is going to be the issue of climate change. And I said to him that should I end up being the next President of the United States, this is also going to be one of my highest priorities, not only because it impacts our environment in a profound way, but also because it has a direct impact on our national security and on our economic interests as well. If we do not have an energy policy that curbs our use of fossil fuels, then we are going to have a whole host of problems in the coming decades. And so I think that the American people are ready to take serious steps. Many of the countries of Europe have been in the lead on these issues. I'm looking forward to being a partner with the President on that process as well.